So what the heck is going on with the market? What's going on, guys? It's Ricky, and in this video, I'm going to talk about all of it. What opportunities are presenting themselves intraday, meaning today as a day trade, but also what opportunities are priming themselves maybe as a swing trade or on the larger time frame, because those are two very different things. Again, I'm talking about both sides, and I want to make sure that we don't ignore one side thinking that one is more true than the other. So again, I hope that you learned something new. And if you do, please consider dropping a thumbs up and subscribing if you feel like we earned it. With that being said, yes, the NASDAQ market is trading lower. No, from the open, we have not actually made new lows. Markets are consolidating, but this shouldn't be much of a surprise. If you are asking yourself the question, should I buy the dip? Well, if you're trying to make money today, I'm not too sure because overall market sentiment is kind of uncertain. Well, what do you mean by that? Well, again, last week, Trump said that we're de-escalating, but today, U.S. Secretary of War said that no, today will be the largest strike package yet against Iran. Escalations continue, just adding to the uncertainty. So today, there is a lot of fear. There is a lot of uncertainty, and that's why markets are dropping. On top of what Jerome Powell said yesterday during the press conference. We live streamed it. If you did not watch it, go back and watch it. But what he stated was because of oil prices and inflation already higher than what they want it to be, their concern is that oil will continue to drive inflation higher. And because of that, they don't expect cutting rates anytime soon. That's what the market is factoring in. No rate cut anytime soon. Markets trade lower. But again, they're still trading within range. And that's what I want you to understand. Although it might not make sense to aggressively buy the dip today, aggressively is what I'm saying, on the larger time frame, it kind of paints a different picture. Right? You guys know that I want markets to go lower. I have no reason to talk about the markets going higher other than my job is to inform beginners from what I see. And again, it is just my opinion, but markets, technically speaking, are at a previous support range. We have not made new lows, look at the date down here, since November of 2025. Markets have been consolidating and finding a really strong support on QQQ, which is the NASDAQ ETF, and holding above 586. Now, this doesn't mean that we can't go lower. Maybe this time Trump's tweets won't save the market like every other time, but maybe it will. And because it's been such a common pattern of markets finding a support here and recovering back to previous highs, I have to talk about it, not because it needs to happen, but because it has in the past. With that being said, knowing that markets tend to recover, I can see why people that are willing to take the risk are choosing to buy as a swing trade to possibly wait for markets to recover to previous highs of 607 to 610 per share. I can see that while still understanding that markets can go lower if more uncertainty injects itself. So just be mindful of your position size. On top of that, I could also see why people are choosing to short the market today. But it's very different to short the market intraday as a day trade where you can manage your risk versus a swing trade. I would not carry a short overnight right now because markets are oversold. And if markets begin to recover, then the short can turn against you. The risk to reward to me isn't favorable. But just because it isn't to me doesn't mean that it can't be to you. Because yes, markets can get worse. Markets can continue to drop lower, which means you can make more money. But my thing is, at what cost? What are the ratios? Okay, maybe markets drop to 585. Maybe they drop to 580. That's great. But the risk to reward is there's still a lot more recovery potential than there is of downside risk. But again, that's just the way that I see it. So I'm here to talk about it. I can see why you're day trading when it comes down to a short. I don't see how it would be worth the risk to carry that short overnight, knowing that on the larger time frame, we're more on the oversold side than we are on the overbought side. But again, I get the sentiment. My thing is, we know that the markets have been incredibly influenced by Trump's tweets, and he sends them anytime that they need help. And trust me, they need help today. If you guys did not see the series of reports that were released, well, check this out. The Dow Jones is on track to have its worst month since 2022. On top of that, and more importantly, the U.S. new home sales plunged 17.6% month over month in January to 587K, supporting the case that less people are buying new homes than what was expected. On top of that, even after Trump said that there weren't going to be any more escalations, that's what drove markets back up last week. Today, we got the update that there are more escalations, and one of the worst attacks, largest attacks, are set to happen today. Because of that, oil prices are continuing to rise, and oil surges to $116 per barrel following the strike of oil refineries and gas plants in the Middle East. And of course, BTC drops when this uncertainty follows. So yeah, there are some individual stocks that are doing pretty well today. If you guys did not see, Rivian had a pretty large announcement today. Rivian at one point shot up to highs of $17 per share, but Rivian is just not a strong performing stock. The reason that it pumped up was actually a pretty valid reason. It surged due to a potential partnership where Uber unveils that it plans to invest $1.25 billion investment as a co-partnership with a robo-taxi deal. That is huge. And if we look at Rivian on the fundamental side, this is one of my favorite things to do, is don't just look at technicals, right? Okay, this paints a picture, but on top of that, look at fundamentals. Understand how the company is currently being ran. Is it a growing company? Are they growing quarter after quarter? And what are their overall expectations? Both the bull case and the bear case. And that's exactly what we gain from this. If you guys have not seen this, that's provided by the pro research of the bull case and the bear case. The unfortunate truth about Rivian is that it loses $3.6 billion a year in net income. It has a negative 5.5 PE ratio. And of course, when it comes down to its technicals, it pumps, but it never holds at these elevated levels. It always ends up giving it back. It pumps, it doesn't hold, gives it back. Pumps, it doesn't hold. Just unfortunate timing. Very bearish day today. So although it was good news, I could see why a lot of people are taking profits, as again, it just has a history of selling off. With that being said, again, no, I do not believe that Rivian, as of at these elevated levels, is a good buy in the short term. Now, in the long term, if they really began to actually turn a profit or chip away at that negative $3.5 billion they lose every single year, that can paint a different picture. But right now, with the government subsidies no longer existing, I just think it's going to be a more challenging marketplace for companies like Rivian. But again, if you guys like the pro research and have access to all these different flowcharts, I do want to let you guys know that Investing Pro has a 55% off sale, and you have 2 hours from when I upload this video to get 55% off. Remember, you do not have to. If you don't want it, that's fine, but it literally breaks down to less than $9 a month. So ask yourself, 55% off, not less than $9 a month. You have 2 hours. Is having access to this data to make a more informed trade and investment decision worth it? If the answer is yes, cool, get 55% off. It's the first link down below. If not, I respect it. Again, you don't have to sign up. I just wanted to make sure that you were aware of the current sale that was going on. Other than that, we're going to be monitoring this pretty closely. Markets are consolidating, which is kind of the unfortunate part. We don't know if markets are going to now begin to recover intraday or continue to sell off. We're looking out for updates, and maybe we'll receive a tweet from Trump to kind of save the overall market. I'll do my part in keeping you up to date. And again, we talked about this in much more detail in today's live trading session. So whenever you're ready to tune on in to watch me trade live, remember, we have members that signed up back in 2018. They paid once and they still watch me trade live today. If you learn best by watching other people do and you want to watch me trade live, then again, click that second link in the description down below, sign up for LPP, and you can start watching me trade live as soon as tomorrow when the markets open. I appreciate you guys' time. I hope that earned a thumbs up. Please consider subscribing. And like always, let's make sure that we end the year on a green note. Take care, team.